This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Lillian Mitchell, we call her Lily, joining us here today. We're excited as a nurse coach. She's here to talk about all that she does. That's Nurse Coach Chat. Excited to talk more about weight loss, how she's helping so many men and women, also those in the LGBTQ plus community, and so much more. So we're going to talk about health maintenance, health preservation, and so much more. But first and foremost, let's welcome you to the show. How are you doing today, Lillian Mitchell?
Hi, Jill. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my goodness, this is exciting. I always wanted to be a nurse or a doctor. I never was. So I'm excited to, talk to someone who loves helping people. First and foremost, you're based out of Winchester, Virginia, correct?
That's where I'm at right now. Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. And you are a nutritionist, health and wellness coach. There's a lot to you, right? Also, we got to point out the most important thing, you are a registered nurse, correct? Certified nutritionist,
Yes.
certified health and wellness coach, and certified life coach. So you wear many hats. um, and we're going to get to know you on a personal level because it makes you such a unique individual with what you're doing. We're going to talk more about your 90-day program as well. First and foremost, tell me a little bit about your background. Where did you grow up? And obviously, when did this passion of wanting to help people start?
All righty. Well, first of all, I was born in the Dominican Republic and came to New York when I was a year old.
God bless. Where in Dominican Republic? Just curious.
Yeah, just in the capital,
Beautiful.
Santo Domingo.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes. So yeah, I came here at a year old, and I'm the oldest of seven kids. We are a Hispanic family. We called ourselves Hispanics. Spanish is my first language. So I have to tell you that in school, public school, I would actually argue with my elementary school teachers because they would tell me a rule, okay?
Okay.
I before E, except after C, and
Yep.
all this stuff.
Yep.
And the issue is in Spanish, the
Uh-huh.
vowel sounds don't change.
Nope.
So I guess I was always irritated with my teachers about that. They would teach me something, and then there were exceptions. So anyway, that's where I learned English was in public school.
Impressive. My goodness. I'm one of seven. I still can't believe this. All right. So then, amazing. Here you are. So bilingual. And where did you start? What did you want to do when you were little?
So I wanted to do a lot of different things. I loved science in school.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to be an oceanographer. I wanted to be an archaeologist. I
Hmm.
wanted to be a chemist. So science was easy for me. So I was actually going to be a school teacher.
Hmm.
And my mom kept saying to me that school teachers bring a lot of paperwork to do at home.
Yeah.
So she and others convinced me to go into nursing.
And here you are. All right. So walk us through now. You become an RN. Where did you go to school?
Oh
And
yeah, yeah. So nursing school was at the time it was called Southern Missionary College. At the time we were Seventh Day Adventists. I am not that now, but that's what we were when we were young. And so one of the missionaries from Southern Missionary College talked to my brother and I to come. We were in Puerto Rico at the time, and we came to Tennessee, Collegedale, Tennessee, and nursing is what I took. And it
ah,
was a 2 year a 2-year nursing program, RN program.
Oh, my goodness. Now, after you become the RN, tell me where you worked, what you did, and then we're going to talk about obviously your career and then how you expanded into all of this and so much more now.
Okay. So, the first thing I did in nursing was actually home health. I did quite a bit of home health, and I took care of a lady with multiple sclerosis Monday through Friday. So her husband, who worked at McKee Foods, could do his job. So I took care of her. And then on Sunday, I took care of other patients for other home care companies and home health companies. But you know what? There's something that I haven't told you yet that did affect my choice to go into nutrition. So when I was young, I was very, very underweight and I was anemic. And the anemia, of course, became real obvious when my period started. And my mom would give me glass, like half a glass of grape juice and 2 raw egg yolks. Let me tell you, that was gross, okay? Don't try that. But that's what she did to try to help increase my iron, and it didn't work. So because I was underweight and because
Ah,
I was made fun of for being so skinny in nursing school, I remember asking the nutrition teacher, "How can I gain weight?" And she
ah.
just said, "Put more butter on your bread." Well, actually, that was not the answer. I didn't learn the answer until I went to nutrition school.
And then in nutrition school, you found out?
So, what I did in nutrition school, I had one assignment where I had to write down the calories, the protein, the fat, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, everything I was getting from
Mm-hmm.
my food for a week.
Wow.
So when I did that, I realized, oh, I'm not getting enough calories.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting experience. But yeah, that's how I learned that.
Oh my gosh. All
Yeah,
right. See, you taught your own self, and it's like, wow, I could help others. Awesome.
yeah. And then towards the end of my nutrition course, which was 1 year, I had to find a client to practice on.
Yeah. Is
So uh-oh, uh-oh.
that your phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
I had my phone turned off, so sorry about that.
No worries.
So in my last part of nutrition school, the patient or client that I selected was a diabetic in renal failure. So
Wow.
she was my practice client. She was actually blind. She still did all the cooking for her family. And so yeah, I worked with her and helped her, and I learned a lot from her as well, from her experience. She knew she was going to die soon. She was in end stage.
Ah.
So yeah, that was an interesting experience for me and very helpful.
Oh, well, amazing. And I love that you're sharing a little bit of your background like this. I think it's important to get to know you on a personal level. And clearly, you listened to your heart. You mentioned that, you urge others to listen to their hearts, right? And find out who you are. Even though it
Yes.
may not be simple, it takes time for the chatter to quiet down, the silence of not doing. We begin to know what we feel you say. If we listen and hear what's being offered, then anything in life can be our guide. I love this. I love this. Okay, so let's move on over now. And if you want to kind of transition to now the work that you're doing and how this all started to have your own company, let alone be a nurse and then also be a coach and be a nutritionist. So, yeah, you have wear many hats, and I want to dive into each specific service and how you're helping people and what it entails for us out there listening today. Are you able to work with people all over the world, just your state, or how does that whole part work?
Yes, I can definitely work with people around the world as long as we can communicate. Spanish and English are the only two languages that I know, so
Yep.
communication is very important. So I work hospice a couple days a week, and that's totally apart from my private business. That's just something I enjoy doing, helping people transition from this life to the afterlife.
Oh my goodness.
So, in my 90-day program, I incorporate a lot of the things that I learned in my nutrition counseling certification and training. So it's important to listen to the client. What is it they're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Make a note of that, and that's our focus. Whatever it is that they want, why they want it,
And
and in the 90-day program, we take baby steps because the reptilian brain, wants to protect us, and therefore it's very easy for that individual to say to themselves, oh no, I can't do this, this is way
uh-huh.
too scary. It's not what I'm used to.
Yep.
So that's why it's important to take baby steps and to explain to them, this is going to happen. Be aware of this.
Yep.
And it's really about lifestyle change. And that is a slow process.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have it, you pretty much have it. Now, I
Gotcha.
have had some clients that 90 days is not enough.
No.
They need more hand holding. I'm happy to do that. So my work is mostly virtual.
Okay.
They're on the phone with me for an hour or Zoom for an hour.
Okay.
Then they can contact me. They can text me, 2, 3 times a week if they have questions about something,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of keep them off on track.
Got it.
So I asked them to provide me a list of the medications that they're on. I want to see how that interacts with their eating. Um, I look at a 3-day food diary. I want that from them each and every time. I look at their elimination. Are they pooping regularly?
Yeah.
I
Sure.
remember as a child, my grandmother would say, you should poop as many times as you eat. And,
Ah,
she was right.
you're kidding.
She was absolutely right. Because, like, you're going to put this food in you, where's
Yeah.
it going to go? If you don't get rid of it, where's it going to go?
Oh, I have trouble with that. I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. So we talk about detox, getting toxins out of our bodies and not putting toxins in. We take toxins in
mm-hmm.
the air we breathe, the food we eat, the cosmetics we wear. So, yeah, there's a lot that we talk about. And stress reduction. That's a big thing because stress causes inflammation.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. We need many shows to talk about all that you're doing. And clearly, there is a lot, for you trying to help people. You also have a 90-day program. I don't know if you want to touch upon that. I know there's still so much. You really stand up for women's rights. I think it's important to get out there as well, and especially the rights of those LGBTQ plus communities too, which I love.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, man, there is a lot that I can tell you. So I'm trying to think what to focus on. Okay.
I know.
Let's focus more on the 90-day program. Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good, sweetheart. We're going to have more shows together, I hope, so we could always switch it up for each show.
Okay. So, one of the things that I've learned by requiring by requiring the 3-day food diary
Mm-hmm.
is that I notice consistently that no one is getting enough protein. Even people that eat meat aren't getting enough protein.
Okay.
And protein is very important for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important for diabetes. It's important for healing the body. Really, there's not a whole lot of good that happens in the body
Mm-hmm.
without having adequate protein.
Okay.
So,
I remember the rule told me my kids are 10 and 8, and I told them the other day, you should be eating as much protein, half of your body weight. My son's 70. I'm like, that's 35 grams of protein. Then I'm like,
yeah.
how are you ever going to get that in your body? There's not enough chicken out there for you to eat. So can you explain to me? And I'm like 120 pounds. I'm like, 60 grams of protein? How am I doing that? Is that really true? I'm glad you're
Oh,
laughing, but is
you're
it
funny, Jill. You're really funny.
true?
Okay, so I have a very simple formula that I tell people.
Great.
If your ideal weight is 150 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
you want to eat 50 grams of protein 3 times a day. Okay, you eat 3 meals, then 50 grams of protein 3 times a day. And the same if your goal is 120 pounds, you want to divide the 120 by 3, and that's the amount of protein that you want to get in each meal. And I do work with vegans. I used to be a vegetarian for religious reasons when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid. But during that time, I was anemic.
Yeah.
I was feeble. I had trouble digesting
Mm-hmm.
the gluten-based imitation meat substitutes that would come in a can. And I found that it was easier to break down and digest
Yep.
meat
Okay.
than gluten products. And,
Mm-hmm.
it turns out that I have issues with gluten, you know?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ah, ah.
So there you have it. So
We
I
got the
enjoy
protein
working with,
factor. What about
yes.
the fiber? How are we getting it out? Because hold
Oh,
on,
yes.
that's a big
Yes.
issue as a nutritionist, right? And I
Yes.
mentioned I'm backed up. I think a lot of us are. And what type of food should we be eating? And what about fiber supplements? I got them off of Amazon. Those gummies, are they any good? Am I ruining myself?
Okay. Well, Jill, I have not tried the gummies, honest to God. But I have to say that your best source of fiber, both soluble and insoluble fiber, are your vegetables.
Okay.
Get
Okay.
yourself organic, high quality vegetables. There are
Mm-hmm.
vegetables that really have to be organic, and there are some that really don't have to be because they're not really sprayed to death like some of the things we eat.
Yeah.
So fiber, yes, you got to have fiber, and you have
Okay.
to have water. So
Yeah.
here's another thing I like to talk about, Jill, is that plastic bottles add toxins
Ah.
into our body. So you don't really want to drink bottled water.
Mm.
I have a water purifier,
Okay.
Aqua True. It was recommended by Dr. Mark Hyman, who
Okay.
functional medicine doctor. I've been following him for decades now, literally. So it's better to have the best quality water purifier that you can afford and just take your water with you. Put it in glass, put it in stainless steel,
Okay.
and just always have it with you.
Okay, great. So it's how do they get away with this? We all drink bottles of water. How bad is it for us? Should we be using glass jars or what should we be using? Or type of steel? Where should we put our water in?
Yes, yes. So this is the thing, Jill. Here in America, we're focused on the almighty dollar, and the almighty dollar wins. Okay, the company that makes the most money, and has the most vocal lobbyists in front of the government, they're the ones that put whatever poison in
Mm-hmm.
front of us,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we have.
Mm.
So let me tell you this. So a couple years ago, George Cazepas, my partner, we went to Spain and Portugal,
Okay.
and we noticed that the bread there was amazing. We loved the
Oh,
bread. And so now I am buying the end corn flour, which is not genetically modified. It's low gluten and easy to digest.
okay.
So here in the United States, the wheat here is genetically modified. We have
Okay.
trouble with it because it's genetically modified.
Okay.
So our government does not protect us from harm at
Huh.
all. I think
Huh.
they make some attempt,
Huh.
but they're not doing a very good job because of the reasons I stated earlier.
Wow. Oh my goodness. All right. We still have a few more minutes left in the show, and there's still plenty more to get to know you and to talk about here as an RN, a nutritionist, and all your services. And it's pretty fascinating the work you're doing, and you can help people this way virtually. And let me just say, I know in the notes you also mentioned for today, you wanted to dive into a little bit more about that 90-day program. This is something that just curious, what is the commitment process, right? Like, are we meeting every week or every day? How does this commitment
Yes,
work? Because I think that's
yes,
the biggest thing that you do, right?
yes, it is. The 90-day program is the biggest thing that I do. And so, yes, I asked them up front on a scale from 1 to 10, how motivated are you to reach your goals with assistance? And if they're highly motivated, then we go to the next part, which is
Hmm.
okay, the 90-day program, it's only 1 day a week, 1 hour a week. And then
Okay.
text me. You can text me 2 or 3 times a week if you have questions. It's very important that together we select exercise that they're willing and excited about doing.
Okay.
Exercise is merely movement. What
Okay.
movement do you enjoy? If you enjoy dancing, well, we'll dance,
Dance away.
Dance
Yes.
away.
Aw.
Yeah, some people enjoy swimming. I'm the kind of person that I really enjoy walking and I really enjoy weights. I enjoy both of those a lot.
Got it. Well, thank you so much. In our last few minutes together, how did you kind of want to end off for everyone today?
Well, you're welcome to contact me. You can reach me by email, Lily, Lily, at nursecoachchat.com, or feel free to call me, or if you text me, tell me who you are, 423-653-0076.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and of course, inspiring us. A lot of people, it's time to take initiative. I feel like since the pandemic, we all were taught a valuable lesson about health and about it's possible for anyone, right? And our immunity, to build our immunity, to start eating right, to do your best to keep your body healthy and to avoid, as many germs as you can. But it's so important to live our best life. And the way through that is nutrition and a knowledge that you offer as a nurse coach, right?
Right, right.
Well, in closing today, I just want to thank you for being here, for joining us.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.